Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I am Heather with Rosehill Paper Cottage, and I just wanted to share this really fun shop update that I have. I created these really fun junk journal kits. So I took like old quilts and some old ephemera and I just put it all together, and it's, they're just really fun, really super cute. So like if you're new to junk journaling, or you just want to put together something really simple for like summer or something, these would be perfect for that. They all started with this like 3 different quilts that I have, and then I added in some other pieces. So each kit is different, there's different patterns, and this main kit's really fun, and they just used a lot of different, patterns that they put together. The second quilt that's in there too, the second piece, they added a lot of different patterns. So, look how fun all these are together. So summery, so springy. So there's photos. Each one is listed on its own, and there's photos in there. And so you can kind of see exactly the pieces that you're going to get. So really fun. If you live in the US, they ship free. So they're in my shop, and that will be listed below. But I'm going to actually make a couple of journals too, along with you. So if you want to, make along with me, or if you just have any other, quilt pieces that you don't, you're not sure what to do with, I'm going to use these 2 here. So I just love how cute this is. So it's smaller than what actually comes in the pack itself. There are larger pieces in the pack, which I'm going to show. So you get a big full size that's folded in half. So substantial to work with. So you can make a really large journal. You can make a smaller one and use some of the pieces from it. It just depends on what you're gonna want to use it for. And this is a thicker journal, or a thicker quilt piece actually. So here's the second piece that I'm going to use. So these are just offcuts. And this one was like torn, and someone had gone and, like tried to stitch it back together. And I just love that. I don't know that I'll cover that up. I may just kind of leave it as is, or even add in some more stitching. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe even try like a wraparound type journal in a way. And then this is the other piece that comes with it. And this is the only piece that I actually have to work with because the quilt is, done. But you'll see one is thicker than the other. So this one, it's like they used an old blanket for, to be their batting in between. And then this one, they used a really thin piece of material and then batting. So this would have been like a heavy weight, quilt, which is kind of interesting because I would have, considered it a winter quilt. But it's got these fun, like springy patterns. And then this one's more summery. But they're well loved. This one doesn't have any hand stitching on it. They hand tied it actually. Now they may have stitched the individual pieces together. I can't remember now looking at it if it was, machine or hand stitched. But this one has a ton of like different hand stitching on it, and it just looks like they just pieced it together just using all these random fabrics, but I just love it. And if I don't want to, like, the first thing I'll do is probably decide kind of like my color theme. And then I'll decide if I want to keep some of the color blocks there. Like that piece there really matches this quilt. And so I don't know if I'll take that plum color out or just, I don't know, I'll just leave it. I'm not exactly sure what direction I'm going to go in, but isn't that how projects go sometimes? Then the other piece is from this quilt, and it's really thin, really super thin. And they use like an old piece of like chenille. So you'll see there's this like thin, like little chenille in there. How cute is that? And it's really soft. So I don't know if it was, this was a huge full size quilt. So I don't know if they, it was just material that they had, if it was an old, bedspread that they used. I'm not really sure. Or maybe even a coverlet, I guess is probably what it would have maybe been considered. So this matches really well, that journal there, or journal cover. I keep calling them journals. They're going to be journals, but they're not yet. They're just pieces of fabric. But I just think it's so sweet, so summery, really super cute. And this shows like the band and just how worn it is. I love that. And so like I could swap out the color if I really wanted to as well. Like that kind of just totally changes that whole entire, look right there just by adding that band over the other color. So, there's lots of options. I just feel like all of these scraps and offcuts are just useful. And so I just hang on to them and I make all kinds of cute things. Like I've been making tags with them. So I've been putting an eyelet into the top of them. But I was kind of also thinking of like adding like a label to the front, and then maybe I'll attach this to the front of the journal or, you know, somewhere inside. I don't know. So maybe put a focal point on it. I'm not 100% sure. We'll just kind of see how it goes. But I just love a lot of these patterns. They're just so pretty. And then some of the kits have this green and cream colored one, like number one there does, but they don't all have this piece in there. It was very, you know, like you can see the stains. So not all of it was usable. And Elsie wrote it, "Is that not cute or what?" So I don't know if I'll incorporate some of this piece too into my journal. We'll just kind of see, but I just love it. And I think, you know, this will be a fun little project. I don't know how many videos I'll put this into, but I hope you'll join me anyway and see what I end up, you know, creating with these. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me below and I will be more than happy to answer you. So anyway, have a great day. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your support. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.